Our church has three main entities for the kids. And I don't know if you know that, or I'm pretty sure you know it. And then first we had Sunday school. Then we have MGOCSm, and then we have Focus. You can obviously see that, you know, each one is based on regarding your age. Now, based on this, what can you tell me? Huh?
Is there overlap?
Of course there's overlap. What does that mean? Well, what does that mean? What does that mean?
There's people that are both.
There's people that are in both. What else?
So we all have to work together.
There's more important conflicts. What else?
How did you get conflicts out of that?
To another. If one is not strong, the other will not be strong. The reason, you know why MGOCSm is so hard for MGOCSm, for things to get done in MGOCSm? It's because for a lot of churches, Sunday school is not strong. And even if your Sunday school is not strong, MGOCSm is not properly communicating with your Sunday school. So when you look at it, 90% of all your kids in MGOCSm are in Sunday school, one way or another. And then, when you look at Focus, 90% of the people that are involved in Focus is involved in MGOCSm. So if Sunday school is not strong, then MGOCSm won't be strong. And if MGOCSm isn't going to be strong, then your Focus is not going to be strong. Does that make sense? Now, here's what happens when this little Venn diagram here doesn't work properly, and in the end reasoning is Focus isn't strong. You know what happens when the Focus isn't strong? Then your church isn't strong. You know why? These three entities are there. It is set up to help the young kids become mature Orthodox Christians. It is there to make your belief rock, hard, solid. It's like those, you know, ab flex machines, they make your abs rock, hard, solid. These three things makes you hardcore Orthodox Christians. If you are not involved in all three of them, you will not be hardcore Christians. Our parents were involved in all three of them. It might not have been called Focus, it could have been called something else, but there was an organization for them, and they were involved in it. And then, finally, when you get mature, you're in Focus, then you get married, you have a few kids, and then you are ready to take up leadership positions within the church. So, what I'm saying is you have to be involved in Sunday school. Sunday school must be strong in your churches. You must have strong teachers. If there's Sunday school doesn't have enough teachers, volunteer. Become a Sunday school teacher. You have no idea how much you learn by teaching people. Now, I'm not saying you should be in 12th grade. Teach 2nd grade. I started out by teaching 2nd grade. I taught 2nd grade for 3 years. And now I'm teaching 8th grade. It's my 2nd year teaching 8th grade. I've been teaching Sunday school for 5 years. That's 5 generations that I have personally taught and influenced. Same thing with MGOCSm. Now I'm involved in MGOCSm. Hopefully I might be involved in Focus. Who knows? I don't know. What I'm saying is they are interdependent. So the reason MGOCSm struggles in every area is because their Sunday school is not that good. It's because their faith is not that good. Because if you're hardcore in your faith, then you will be involved in MGOCSm. Does that make sense? So you will have a responsibility to go back to your churches and make sure that you involve yourself and the MGOCSm units in your church in these three entities. Okay? All right. Now the next thing that we need to talk about is MGOCSm operates on, this is regarding what Greg said, because there's always a confusion about MGOCSm and how it operates. So it operates at 4 levels. Can anyone tell me the 4 levels that MGOCSm operates on?
Church.
Area, council.
Regional.
First is church.
Region.
You have your church MGOCSm. Then you have your area. Okay? Third, you have your region. And then you have the U.S. diocese. So, if your church isn't strong, then your area MGOCSm isn't going to be strong. Each church has a registered MGOCSm unit, otherwise your people will not be here. So it is your job and your duty to make sure that your church MGOCSm is strong. If and when your MGOCSm is strong, then your area is strong. And if and when your area is strong, then your region is strong. What region are we in?
Northeast.
Northeast. What comprises of the Northeast region?
New York.
New Jersey.
New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland,
Delaware.
and we have something in Boston, but we don't deal with it. It's strong. And then what happens when your diocese is strong? Your church is strong. Then you belong to a strong church. So when you fail in your church, You fail your area, your region, your diocese, and your church. Now you're like, oh, why you got to put all that pressure on me? There is a lot of pressure on you, otherwise you should have came to this. You're here. Do you know how hard it is to organize this type of event? It takes them about 2 years. Their budget is about between $30,000 and $40,000. 15 to 20 people invest 2 years of their lives for this event so that you can come here for 3 days and learn all these things. So, you're sitting here under the presumption you're going to be learning something. You are taking up a seat for your church. So if you weren't here, someone else wouldn't have been here, and they might have learned something. So what I'm saying is, you have a responsibility to go back and do things. If you don't, you are a great comedian, a grave sin, like Jamata said the other day. So you have a responsibility to yourself, to your church, to your area, to your region, to your diocese. That's how important MGOCSm is. Does anyone have any questions? It's paramount that you understand that. Yes, Joseph.
Jamala, do you remember last year after CLC, you came to each church in the area and we did presentations? I really think after that, like, the more kids were influenced because of leadership camp. Because I think if we do presentations on what we did here, like, kids will be more interested in coming next year to the next leadership camp, because before that nobody wanted to come, and this year we had a record number of kids that wanted to come to it, where we didn't have enough seats.
Right.
So
very good. I mean, so then Sony can segue right into where are you going to do, whatever you're going to bring back. You're done with that, because it goes right up for the same.
Well, yeah, it's not fully that, but then we should talk about this, your upcoming events. What can be one of the upcoming events? Like, we can start having area presentations in our churches. Josie, last year at our church, we did a presentation for all the people that went to the leadership camp, and did a presentation on what they learned and what they plan on doing. So that, I guess, kind of ties into our upcoming events. Here are some of our major upcoming events. You all have a responsibility to make sure that you are involved in this, that you involve the churches in this. Is that understood? All right.
You have a picnic?
I have a
Picnic. And we'll be doing some picnic.
The first major event that's coming up is for the very first For the very first time, we're having combined MGOCSm OVBS picnic, August 16th. Suresh Uncle is in charge of that. MGOCSm has taken the leadership position within that also. We'll be in charge of the games, and we're going to be helping out with the foods. So, when is it?
16th.
August 16th. You will get email. I communicate with everyone mainly through email. You have to check your emails at least once a day. I mean, email is the main way anything, your work, your personal life, your school, that's how they communicate. And your church now, that's how they communicate. So you have to check your email at least once a day. It is very important, okay? Also, it'll be good if you make it personal. Don't be like, a hot maroon chick or something like that. Make sure your emails are semi-professional. So, August 16th, you'll get an email about that, and you'll be getting the your church reps will be getting a registration for that. So they'll start registering. It'll be $5. Your job is to make sure that all the kids in your churches registers for this unit, pays the $5, and comes, and has a fun time, and doesn't kill themselves. That's your responsibility. The second major event is the back-to-school retreat. It's at St. John. It's on September 6th. It's on a Saturday. We have a great speaker. The church reps will also get a registration sheet for that ahead of time, and they'll start registering. Your job is to help people register for that event also. Registration fee is $5, okay?
I think we're visiting churches too.
Yeah, you're visiting churches too, but the people who are here, it's your responsibility to bring people out for that conference.
So your church reps will have 2 registration sheets. One sheet for the August 16th picnic, and one sheet for the September 6th back-to-school retreat. So your job is to make sure everyone knows about it, everyone pays the $5 for both the events, and that they sign those sheets and that they go. Okay? Does anyone have any questions? Yes, Anita.
Lainey, I had emailed Lainey to see if she needed any help or whatever, and she had told me that if you register like ahead of time with your church rep, then it's $5. But I think if you're
on a day off? Well, what she's saying, what Anita is saying, for the back-to-school retreat, if you sign ahead of time, it's $5. On a day off, it's $8. So if you want to say $3, you sign up ahead of time.
And you can give us an estimate of how many people.
Yeah. So it's very important that we know how many, that you sign up your people, so we know exactly how many people are coming, so that we can buy the food and supplies.
Okay.
yeah, you have to register for the picnic.
All right.
Okay.
You have to register for both ahead of time. You can come on a day off, but you pay for it. All right. The next big event that can take up those roles, it is paramount that you